What's up, y'all? It's your boy Devin, and welcome to another episode of the Devin Young Show. So, I've been meaning to record all week, but unfortunately, I came down with the boo-boo flu, which is pseudocyriasis, which is the foodborne and waterborne parasite that is now kind of making its way through the Midwest, the Southwest, and things like that. So, yeah, I was out of it for a couple of days. It wasn't as bad as the media kind of made it out to be, which tends to be the case most times. So it wasn't horrible, but at the same time, it wasn't great either. Couldn't keep much of anything down. My plumbing is probably very, very happy that I'm no longer sick. So it wasn't that bad, but just be careful out here. Extra wash your food, double wash your food. Whatever TikTok is saying, baking soda, whatever, do it. Wash your produce. Make sure it's clean. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Start to prioritize using more bottled water, because that's where I think I got it from. I think that myself and some of the people in my circle got it because of consumption of tap water. So get on the bottled water. Wash your produce. Wash your hands. Because while it's not really deadly, I didn't have to take any antibiotics or anything like that. It's a nuisance. You don't want to leave the house. You don't want to go anywhere because you just never know when this next kind of event might happen. So, yeah, just wash your hands. Just practice good hygiene, and that's all you can really do. But other than that, I've just been kind of paying attention to the World Cup and not the games. I've been paying attention to the social aspect of it. And it's been really, really refreshing to see. I wouldn't say I was surprised. As an American, we've always had to battle stereotypes, even within my own household. I'm American, my wife's Canadian. And so there are a lot of stereotypes that, even someone as close as Canada has always had of us. And it's good to have culturally immersive events like this, global events where people are traveling from different places and they are coming to different venues in one country. The United States is such a huge country that culturally, one side of the country is different than the other. Now, we share an umbrella American culture, but the Southeast is different than the Northwest. The Northeast is different than the Southwest. The Midwest is different than the North. It's just, we have so many different cultures and, regional differences that an event like the World Cup gives someone the opportunity to see a game in New York, and then see a game in Texas, and then see a game in Cali, and get to absorb all of those different regions and everything that comes in between it. It's so funny how people have this picture of America, and they don't really understand how expansive it is. So when you see these TikToks of these people, foreign people at the Grand Canyon and at Zion National Park and all these other beautiful national parks around the country, and they're just amazed because the image that we put onto the world is not really a comprehensive one. It's either what's up, howdy y'all, or yo yo yo, or some variation of in between. They see New York, they see Texas, they see California. They don't understand the Midwest. They don't understand the Southwest. They don't understand the mountain states. They don't understand that there's a little piggybacking from here and there, and then there's the cultural immersion, there's the overlap. It's just so many different things are at play here. But when they got to come here, they actually got to talk to us. They actually got to be around us. They got to see how hospitable we are, how charming we are, how open we are, how friendly we are. And they got to actually spend time with us and not formulate their opinions based on what they see on television. Now, I have a saying, and it's not my saying, but it's one that is an old saying, and it's leadership is a reflection of the country. Now, I did not make that up. As anyone who's seen Remember the Titans knows that that's something that Wood Harris's character said, but it's only true to a certain degree. Leadership does reflect where your country is at that time. However, it's not a reflection of all of the people. 77 million people voted for Donald Trump. There's still, you know what I'm saying? There's still well over 250 million people that didn't. So you have to take that into consideration. So you can look at the news, you can see what's going on and say, America, you're sick. Look who you elected. But at the same time, when they got on the ground and they got to actually spend time with us, things have changed. Things have softened. And I can see it in the videos that I've watched. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos from people from England, from people from France, from people from Nigeria, from people from different Asian nations, different South American nations, that things were vastly different than what they thought they were going to be. That they thought that there might be some static. It's not. Most of us love everybody. Most of us want to, expand our social vocabulary, our cultural vocabulary. We want to spend time with other people and get to know you, your food, your music, your culture. We want to know that about you. And so when people came here and they got our big portions, y'all know that was my biggest thing. Like, because they talk about our portion sizes. They talk about our condiments. They talk about, all these additives and preservatives and processed foods. And they come here and they see exactly why we're hooked on them. They're smuggling ranch back to Europe. They're guzzling ranch here just like Americans are. They're going to Costco, filling up on snacks. I don't even want to know what these baggage fees are going to look like. But all I know is that, you know what? If I was coming from England and, my dollar was 50 cents more than the American dollar, I'm going to ball out too. I'm going to go to Texas Roadhouse and order a couple family platters. I'm going to take back a crate of ranch, so I loved it. I loved seeing it. I loved seeing all the people come and, all the different jerseys and people dancing and drinking and singing. And it was just amazing to see. And that's why events like this, the World Cup, the Olympics, are so great for humanity, because all the stuff comes off. And even with all the political stuff with FIFA and all this other stuff going on now, all the shroud comes off. The administrative shroud comes off. And all that is left is real human interaction. And at the end of the day, people are people. I mean, it's so many places you hear all these negative, don't go here because the people are like this, don't go here because the people are like that. Man, if you go there, you stupid this. And people hear that all the time, and they go and they have great times. They have the time of their life, and they're like, why was I so afraid to begin with? Why was I apprehensive? Or why was I carrying, these preconceived notions about these people? You got to go. You have to learn people. You can't just sit on TV and say, this group is like this or this group is like that. You have to, unless you've actually spent time with these people, you can't peg them. And we put our best foot forward. I know, excuse me, I know, some bar owners in Boston and in Dallas, y'all got caught lacking. You got to do better. See, y'all think we can drink. Americans have a binge drinking culture. They don't have a drinking culture. That's why we eat at the end of the night. We eat at the beginning of the night and we eat at the end of the night. Drinking cultures, they drinking as they eating. And when you pass out on that seat, they're going to be laughing at you. But that's okay. That's a beautiful thing, man. It happens. So just not passing out, but just, sometimes you, in your pursuit of, beating your chest, with some people, I've been there, trust me. I've been there trying to push my limits with some Eastern Europeans, and you find out real quick. You find out real fast that you're not in Kansas anymore. So, but, we're bidding up. We're rebidding in 2038. I think that that's something that FIFA will be open to, just based on the success, not only financial success, but cultural and societal success. It was such just a positive overall experience. And 2038, they come back, and whatever they got wrong this time, they'll fix. So that's all we can do. That's all we can ask for. And in my mind, any way to not repair, but kind of brighten our image a little bit more on the international stages, especially now, is always a good thing. Is always a good thing. So I'm gonna keep this one short. I don't really know what format I want to work with. I think that 20 minutes might be tops. Yeah, I think anything longer than that, I don't know. You might get bored of me real quick. So with that said, it's Thursday. As you can see, got a little tan, been out in the sun. I need a haircut. But I've been out in the sun, just enjoying summer and being easy, just trying to stay out of trouble, trying to stay on the right path. And shout out to my dad. It was his birthday on Tuesday, the big 6'9", which is a blessing in itself. So shout out to my dad. Happy birthday to you. And for the rest of y'all, have a great weekend. Be safe. Please be safe. It's summertime and it's going to be hot. You know how people in the streets are. So be safe. Tell your mama you love her. Tell your dad you love him. Tell your siblings, spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, whomever. And most of all, tell yourself that you love you too. Peace.